Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Talk about spiritual stuff, health things, and just generally lots of topics here. So I wanted to talk a little bit today about everyone is you pushed out. So I was not into this at all because of the reasons I'm now not really so into it. But then I did go down the path of being into it for a bit because I just felt drawn to it for a period. And I do believe in manifesting. So it's not that I don't believe that we manifest and I don't believe that there's some benefits to doing this, but it's what I've noticed. To be honest, the way that it gets taught online is a little bit different to how Neville Goddard teaches it as well. And he changed over his life as well. Like towards the end, I haven't exhaustively read Neville Goddard, and I am a bit guilty of watching a lot of videos about him rather than actually watching him. And I think it's because his videos are a little bit old, the audio's not great. It's a very different style to what we have now, and it can be a little bit difficult going sometimes to listen to his old audios. But I do know that he changed throughout his journey. And he did go away a little bit from, really asking for things. And he became like a little bit more inherently spiritual. Now, the way I see it, the thing is everyone loves everyone loves something easy and something that placates them. So if you want, nearly everybody that finds this stuff, right, let's be honest, wants an X back. This is how most people get into this stuff. They're either really poor and they're desperate for money, or they want an X back. And I would say wanting an X back is pretty high up on the list of reasons people find this. And general sort of spirituality or law of attraction is like, well, you shouldn't pick a specific person, right? You shouldn't go in there and like force that person in. Whereas everyone is you pushed out, suddenly it's like, oh yeah, but you can do it now. You can like go in and you can just keep affirming, and this person like won't be able to keep away from you and they're going to come in. And I think it just placates a lot that it becomes very, very popular very, very quickly. Because if you look at what videos in spirituality are the most popular, they're always like how to get an X back. And at the beginning, I was like that too. I want to get, I want the specific person. I don't want to be told just to aim for them or something better, But this really was out of alignment with my spiritual beliefs. I do believe that we have soul contracts. I believe we have spiritual connections. And I sort of think manifesting too hard on these things can take us away from that and I do often see people endlessly manifesting people back, and then they break up anyways. Like look at a lot of celebrities that manifested these people and then 20 years later they break up anyways, or the relationship actually wasn't that great and they just kept on manifesting it in. And I do think we have to really, I think it can stop us from really evolving in a sense, because we're meant to be, in my opinion, working simultaneously with our intuition and our soul contracts and our soul journeys and things that are making us evolve. There's no point just going around and playing the same game with an ex or a specific person and just always manifesting them when, you've got a higher option available, or a higher path, or a higher timeline, or something that's going to help you evolve. And my other problem with it is people tend to pick and choose. And I don't really know if this comes from Neville Goddard himself, or if this is just the way people are kind of teaching it online and rehashing his teachings. But a lot of people are often sort of forgetting about all of the triggers, unless they're triggers around a specific person or money. Anyone else that triggers them, it's like, oh, well, they just don't exist. They're just a person showing up, like move them out. And you're not really integrating everything. And this was my problem when I kind of jumped in and dived in and tried it a lot. I think I've told you in other videos, it's like my heart closed down and I lost any empathy for people because I just saw them as kind of players in my little game, and it's hard to have empathy for people that you think you're just mind controlling all the time, and that they don't have their own mind and they're just sort of part of your little reality you're playing out. And who knows what the ultimate truth is, right? It's so multifaceted. Of course, we can test manifesting and we see that it works, but we don't really know why. We don't really know if it's because we're all connected and our thoughts are pulling people that are sort of less connected our way, because most people do not have the spiritual maturity to be in control of their own thoughts. So at this point in time, probably most people are quite manipulatable, or we don't know. We just don't. We can all have a go at our truth, and this is something that I learned as I progress on the spiritual journey too. Like, I used to be so fixed on my truth, and if someone put something I didn't agree with, no, that's not true, it's this, and then actually, when someone's been on the journey a long time, because they're not like that anymore, they actually start to realize, well, our truth changes at times, and maybe that's their truth and we don't really know, and we're just going to put our opinions out there, but we're going to accept, other people have different ones. We're not going to kind of go around and comment and be like, no, that's not true, this is the truth. We just let people be and have their own opinion. So actually it's a very easy way to see like where someone's at, in my opinion. And sometimes I catch myself doing it and I'm like, no, don't do it. Because when I see it, I can, when you see it, you see how bad it looks, right? Bad, not the right word, but you know what I mean? It's a defensive thing, right? It's when it's coming from like, you're so insecure in your truth deep down that you have to defend it to the last breath, and you can't let anyone else have a different opinion. And now I've totally forgotten where I was. I'm getting ready to go live and accepting and embracing all the mistakes. But yeah, the problem that I feel can happen with this stuff is we're not integrating. Like, before I started doing it, I integrated everything. So every little thing that triggered me, I kind of did mirror work, and I was kind of looking into it and thinking, why did I attract that into my life? Why am I triggered by this? But everyone is you pushed out the way it's taught. It sort of really doesn't focus on that so much. It's more just, you only focus on the things that you want, and the other things you just sort of like push out. And I think sometimes those are the things that can really make you grow, and they can really help you grow, and you're not integrating them, and you're only integrating this small portion of things around, an ex and a job. Along with the fact that I just think it limits your opportunities, because your soul knows what's in its highest potential, and our mind doesn't really. Our mind only knows what's there. It's, your mind only knows your strongest connection you've had to date. It doesn't know what's possible or what's potentially there, and our mind is limited and our soul is unlimited. So if we're creating from limitedness, we're not creating the same experience that we could from unlimitedness. If we actually just manifesting in more of a loose, casual way, we can just bring in things that are in our highest alignment, rather than really trying to like force something in that might not be our highest soul path. And these are the problems that I have with everyone is you pushed out. And I think I've made a few videos on the same thing, but sometimes I come back and realize I've kind of solidified the way I think about it a little bit more. My favorite way of manifesting right now, along with visualizing and visual meditations, is I love subliminals, actually. What I like about them is they're super, super chill. So you don't really have to try really hard. They're normally quite generic. They obviously don't have specific names or specific things. And I can just leave them playing in the background. And the thing with subliminals is that they don't really work very well when you first start, because you've just got so much resistance in the way. And the more you go along your journey, the easier it will be to just listen to one and you'll see a dramatic change. I actually listened to one to grow my YouTube channel and suddenly I got loads and loads of views. But if I hadn't have done a lot of work prior to that, that wouldn't have happened. I would have had to have listened to it many times. But I like them because they're chill and they're not try hard and they don't take you off your path, and they're just things that you can just pop in the background while you're doing other stuff and sort of let it casually unfold. So yeah, I'm a big fan at the moment. I'm actually going to start a subliminal channel at some point in the near future, because I feel kind of drawn to do that. I'll let you know when I start it. But anyways, I hope everyone's good and speak soon. Bye.